This is a little collection update on things I've got in the past couple months. Not everything, but just a few items that I got brand new. Nothing used, just some older titles that I wanted to get during sales and a newer title. And so starting off with In the Line of Duty 1 through 4, the box set, which tons of people have shown off already on camera. Great series, great box set. I watched everything. Watched all 4 of the movies, listened to all the commentaries, watched all the interviews and trailers. And it's one of the best box sets that I have in my collection, I'd say, currently. And it comes with several posters, reversible art. So 2 posters. Poster 1 is double-sided with part 1 and 2, I think. And then poster 2 has 3 and 4, if you flip them around. Comes with a pretty good book, which this is always like a good edition in these box sets or special editions. Or I really am happy that the companies are putting books and posters, especially the books. I never thought 10 years ago even that we'd get remastered Blu-ray versions of these pretty much rare movies here in the States. Let alone, a book, an actual book with it. So I really appreciate them doing that. So, and I have these in the order that they're considered. Part 1 and 2 were filmed. Well, these were filmed in order, and they weren't really a series at the time. But because they were sort of related, they declared this part of the series. And it was the second movie filmed, however, it's considered part 1. So that's why it's in the box set first. But that's Royal Warriors. Decent movie. And then the first one filmed, I think, which is considered part 2, Yes, Madam, with Michelle Yeoh and Cynthia Rothrock. The first one, Royal Warriors, is Michelle Yeoh, Hiroyuki Sanada, Michael Wong. Pretty good movie. I like it. Yes, Madam, I really like. Part 3 is Cynthia Khan. She enters the series in part 3, and Michelle Yeoh is no longer in the series, but doing other things. And this is probably my least favorite. It's more of a, and it has some Japanese actors in it, and the action scenes are good. The story I don't like as much. I don't quite like I don't like the way it was filmed as much as I do the others. It seems more of a Japanese film than a Hong Kong martial arts and action film. I think that because it's in a series with 3 other movies that seem like a certain type of film, this one stands out as being a little different. And I think that's why I don't like it as much. I still like it, just not as much. It's my 3rd favorite. And my actual favorite of all is the one I've seen, because I had the DVD for years of In the Line of Duty 4 with Michael Wong, Cynthia Khan, and Donnie Yen. So one of my favorite, probably my favorite Donnie Yen film. And I grew up with it, and I've seen this way more than a lot of movies in my collection, actually. But and I really enjoy it. I think the Yuen Woo-ping directed it, so that makes it a lot better in my perspective, because he has that golden touch when it comes to films. So it's almost always a guaranteed great movie, or at least a decent movie when he's involved. So In the Line of Duty 4, it's my favorite. Then I would go with that's my favorite. Then Yes, Madam is my 2nd favorite. Royal Warrior is my 3rd favorite. And the Line of Duty 3 would be out of the 4 that we've got, in this box set. That's the order I'd rank them in, and me liking them the most to the least. Now, there are, I believe, 3 or 4 other sequels, so maybe in the future we'll get another box set, like a part 2. So, maybe. But that's the In the Line of Duty box set. Then I ordered this for cheap, because I didn't have any of the Warner Archive Golden Harvest titles, such as Petty Cab Driver, and there's a few others. I mean, I guess I have Drunken Master 2 and Mr. Nice Guy on Blu-ray, but some of the other ones that aren't on Blu-ray I don't have, so figured I'd start picking them up here and there, and I started with this one, Blade of Fury. Has an all-star, kind of like an all-star cast, some cameos, cameo with James Tien, Sammo choreographed the fights, and he directed it, and he has a small role in the film. Cynthia Khan, Rosamund Kwan, and T. Lung, and Colin Cho is also in this, and a few other usual regular actors in some of these older movies. So, and this is 1993, so it's 30 years old this year. And I watched it last night, and I really enjoyed it. So, the good thing about this is it's in Chinese with English subtitles, and it's pretty fairly good quality. It looks like they cleaned it up a good bit. It's not, obviously not maybe Blu-ray quality, but it's pretty good for what we're getting, just a sort of burn-on-demand disc. So maybe somebody can get the rights to it at some point if they can convince Warner Brothers to release some of their catalog. So maybe we'll get more and more. So, and I got a few from Criterion, which I've seen Lady Snowblood, but this is the part 1 and part 2. So I thought, well, I haven't seen the second one, and I don't own the first one, so why not get it? And it was on sale during Barnes & Noble sale, and I got the complete collection now, so I'm looking forward to seeing those. It's been a while since I've seen part 1, so I'll do a double feature one night, back to back, and I'm not sure how many features this adds. So, it does have some features, so I'm looking forward to it. I don't have a lot of Japanese cinema in my collection. I do. Most of what I have is actually Criterion DVDs from back in the day, like the usual ones, like Seven Samurai and Samurai Trilogy, Samurai 1, 2, and 3. So I'm looking forward to those. Movie that as a kid, I had seen several times. My brother, older brother, liked this a lot. Shaft, the original. So I thought, you know what? I ought to have it, because I don't have it anymore. I have the VHS tape still that we grew up with, but this has a significant amount of bonus material on it, so I was excited to be able to get that. And Shaft on Criterion, pretty good. So I'm looking forward to that. And another one that I got for the Andy Lau collection, and that's Boat People. Andy Lau isn't a big part of this film. Is, from what I understand, he's the supporting character. He's not in the majority of the film, but Anne Hui directed it, and I think George Lamb is the lead in this, and he's somebody that I follow. I don't have a lot of his films, but I've listened to a ton of his music, and I have a couple films, so I do like him. So I'm looking forward to this. It's more of a serious role for a serious movie. So but for the Andy Lau collection, because I'm a super Andy Lau fan, I needed to make sure I eventually got this. I kept missing on it during the sales, and every time I thought about buying it, I was thinking, well, there's an 88 Films or Eureka coming out that I kind of need to get before I get this. So I do have it now, and I'm looking forward to watching it. I also got the Vampire, the Hopping Vampire set from Eureka, which I forgot to bring over, but I'm looking forward to watching those. I'm thinking of saving those for October and doing a Mr. Vampire marathon of all 5 films. And then I got some other Hong Kong vampire or horror sort of related films that I can watch during that time and do a big marathon. I haven't really done that, so that's my update. Pretty good. Everything costs money, so here and there you pick them up and then do a little update. But it's a good time for wanting to get into these movies because there's a lot of releases coming out from 88 and Eureka. Arrow's doing it, even Criterion. Criterion's doing pretty good. They did the Bruce Lee set, Once Upon a Time in China set, and now Arrow Video did the Bruce Lee at Golden Harvest set, which I don't have, but maybe in time. I do have the Criterion set, which is cool, and I really like it. So I do want the Arrow set because of how extensive that is. It's the ultimate definitive set. I don't know what more you could do with it, but as far as that goes, that's something I'm looking into for the collection. But this is my update. Thanks for watching.